the question you did ask me was like, when did I get started and what inspired me and that sort of thing. And I was honestly saying that my goals back then or the same goals when I started. My goals back then when I started are the same today, and that's to provide an alternative source of information, not propaganda from the mainstream media, and to do what we can do as citizen journalists to report on the truths and what we see out there. Like I said, me and Fiorella, when we met, we were activists. We met with the Bernie Sanders campaign, those kind of connections, not the official campaign, but the just supporters that worked in a restaurant together. And we started this damn thing. We wanted to provide a voice for a lot of grassroots candidates that were progressive at the time, when progressives, the name actually meant something, because they were never getting a chance to get on TV. Uh, Tim Canova was a big inspiration. He's still a friend to this day, even though we disagree on certain things. We still respect each other dearly. And when he couldn't get on anything but Fox, MSNBC and CNN wouldn't let him on because they were protecting Debbie Wasserman Schultz. It really kind of hit me kind of hard inside. And I was in the restaurant business. I had finally reached, you know, six-figure salaries in the restaurant business. I was actually a training coordinator, and I would go around from restaurant to restaurant to restaurant, and I'd write the training programs, and I would train all the waiters, the bartenders, the front of the house, the host, everything front of the house, the managers on how to, train their servers and stuff at the highest level. You had a restaurant and you care about service, which, us old fogies still care about that stuff, Warren. These kids today, they just want to press buttons and have food show up. But I mean, I'd be your guy to do that. And I almost ventured in to ownership, as I had a couple investors and a couple partners for two different concepts. One being a upscale gastropub, like a modern day kind of upscale gastropub, but not too upscale, but enough to get a lot of money from the hipsters living over there in Griffith Park, right outside over there, not too far from there, and a high end braised meat taco stand. And this is what I was going to do. But a friend of mine, who was a waitress with me, we had a lovely night, went dinner one night. We sat down and talked strictly as friends, and she just really inspired me. And she saw a little bit, of what I was all about, and she says, "Why would you want to venture into that? Do what you want to do. Do what your heart desires and tells you want to do. Keep doing this." You know what I'm saying? And I just continue to push forth with the Convo Couch, and it's been just a dream come true. It's like I tell my mom, like, yeah, I mean, I'm banned now, not banned, but demonetized on YouTube for over 13 months. I'm sure everybody knows that because I always cry about it. But it's kind of crazy when you think about it, because my mother used to tell me, Craig, put away for a rainy day. And, the demonetization took away almost 40%. I said, Ma, I didn't put away for a rainy day counting on fascism in America, but it's here. And anyways, we're still going to go around the obstacles. We're going to do what we're going to do. And that's what inspired us then. That's what inspires us now. All those people, and I said this last time, that you mentioned in the opening monologue that you say hello to, I recognize 99% of them. And it's because of them that we're here today. We get to do the things we do. You know how the Convo Couch feels about elections. That was a Generation X moment over there. You know how we feel about elections, right? We think it's important. It's the mechanism for the illusion of democracy, and we believe if we can fix that, well, I do, just me personally, I don't want to speak for Fiorella or Johnny, but they still hold them in high regards to fix. If we can fix that, in my belief, that's the only way the people can have power. If we can fix that, then we can fix everything. But we can't fix anything, in my opinion, until we fix that. I mean, is that a great way of being, narcissistic and making my issue the biggest one out there on the planet, or no? Or,
your issue, your issue is my issue. I'm right there with you, because I've evolved so much. I told I've said this on here before that I used to be a Bill Clinton stan back in the 90s because I didn't know the fuck what was going on. I didn't know anything about NAFTA or the Telecommunications Act of 96 or any of that business. The Fairness Act went away, and there was just like Old West on cable and network news that people could just do all this shit. I was just, I was a youngster, just getting into trouble, feeling my oats. But since then, I've come to the point where we got to get rid of the system. This system is not going to do it. Politics, elections, nah. You know, me personally. If you're going to do elections, I want to get rid of political parties. Period. Everybody should be an independent because that way. Because it's the labels. It's the labels that fuck us up, right? You know, it's like, you may have like 10, 20 great ideas, but if people know you as A, B, or C, then it's like they're not going to listen to those 10 things, right? So we're going to strip away the labels as
Yeah,
much as possible.
isn't that crazy? Because that's what our grandparents and our parents used to tell us back in the days that what this country is all about is that you can sit there and break bread together and think totally different, be on two sides of the fence, and still, respect each other and love each other. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it signifies, and I mean, there's a lot of ignorance there on both sides, right? I think when we start following when we say we want to get rid of the system, it's because we found this form of consciousness, right? We just
Yeah.
didn't adapt and continue to be a hamster in the wheel or, a person in the matrix. We said, no, we had a sense of consciousness of like, holy shit, this system is awful. It is not a cool game. I don't even want to play in this fucking game. And I think guys like me and you, I mean, everybody talks about white privilege. Well, we could use our privilege to the things we want to do. We could be laid back, easy, have a job, cake, you know what I'm saying? Just be plugged into the friggin' matrix and shit and not have to worry about any of that shit. Rent. I mean, I was starting to make six figures when I left to do what I wanted to do, what I felt in my heart. That's the Convo Couch, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
using your privilege to a benefit. And that's what I've always tried to do. And when you have that form of consciousness, you recognize that the labels are fucking us up because somebody's at the top there, Uncle Warren, and they're pulling the strings and they're trying to get people to go at each other's throats so they can
Yeah.
maintain and hold on to their power. And that's why right now with this trucker convoy, right? Trump derangement system broke people. Boop boop arrangement syndrome just broke people. But now I'm drawing a line, and I'm trying to keep myself in that kind of political commentator, journalist kind of mindset instead of like activist mind. Because the activist mind says enough and there's enough with these assholes saying like the convoys are it's a right wing movement, it's a nationalist movement. That's a crock of shit. That's the working class. And they just if you want to just be a useful idiot and pile on, we're trying to save people's lives here. They're at each other's fucking throats right now. Things looks like it's gonna blow out here.
Yeah.
We're trying to stop that shit. We're trying to stop that shit with the truth. So that's why I'm drawing a line, Uncle Warren. I get to make that statement on your show. I'm done with people being divisive and pitting people at each other with a bunch of bullshit because they want to believe in their bullshit theories and their bullshit team sports.